I have my dream job. But even dream jobs have not so dreamy parts. That's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what to do about your busy work, they actually do it. That way your team can focus on what matters. To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to Serve, brought to you by ServiceNow. I walked home in daylight tonight. It was fantastic. The matches went quick. Not to say that I, celebrate anyone getting beat quickly.
I love how you're experiencing the cadence of this event as a non-player. So you don't get every other day off. You got to work pretty hard, but you're sort of going through this drill of, you get 2 matches and they're played, 4 matches, 2 played simultaneously. They're all straight sets and we all get to have dinner with our loved ones.
Yeah.
I'm here alone.
That's
just saying.
Sorry. So I get to have, actually, that's not true. My family went into the city for dinner. No. So we get to do served with a bunch of knuckleheads. One-way traffic today. We will get to, the story of the day is Arthur Fery. I don't know that there's much, Noskova has played great. I'm happy that she is going to introduce herself to the worldwide audience of not, let's say, tennis fans, but people who like tennis who will watch Wimbledon semifinals, beating Elise Mertens in straight sets. She's looked great. She won Berlin, beat Pegula, beat Yala. As our resident Mertens expert, what happened?
I was disappointed that I can't bore you with more Elise Mertens trivia. I'm not bored. You know what? I'm filling up the saddlebags, though, with Noskova. She comes from the Moravian region of the Eastern Czech Republic, came from a small town in a forest. No, she was great. She played great tennis. For the second match in a row, first it was Maddie Keys and it was Mertens. Basically, you said, she just hit through me. And then you also look at the stats and you say, well, wait, she won a dozen points at the net. She's serving well. She had 7 aces. She's a really complete player. I was sort of joking. This was her first time on center court, managed the occasion. I also said to her, were you nervous? She's like, well, I don't really have confidence. If I show confidence, I'm masking it. So she's a top 10 seed in a major for her first time. She's into the semifinals and she's still searching for confidence. But she competed. She did everything well today. And boy, talk about sort of a star in ascent. She does not have the flash of some of the other Czech players necessarily, but a really well-rounded game, good head on her shoulders, septum ring, whole pack.
I don't know how this is I don't know how she did, but she was playing right behind us. Beat Maddie, on a heater from Berlin onwards, top 10 seed, the whole thing. And then I look behind us and she's playing doubles yesterday also. Yeah. She's taken on the workload, certainly. But good run for Elise Mertens. I was kind of one of the more stunning results I thought was the win against Raducanu earlier, and you were less surprised by it than I was. But she kind of flipped that whole side of the draw upside down. Then it became contagious and Iga went out and the whole thing. Certainly a big part of the storyline. I thought Marta Kostyuk was, I'm a big fan of hers. Obviously, I really enjoyed getting the chance to talk to her on a served episode when we got to interview her after Madrid, or post Madrid, I should say. It was actually before the French Open, but she is an athlete. Backflips aside, because that's kind of the cheap talking point with her right now, but her court coverage is unbelievable. Paolini got beat start to finish today.
Paolini, I think, had fewer than 10 winners. And just name a dimension, and Kostyuk beat her on it. Kostyuk actually had a losing record against Paolini coming in. I think actually, I stand corrected. I think it was her first match ever on center court. But she handled the occasion great. 69 minutes. You never mind that when it's a hot day and you have to play back-to-back days as she does. This was a semifinalist in, here's the funny one. I talked to her after the match and I said, sort of, what did you pick up from that occasion 5 weeks ago, semifinals in Paris? What did you pick up from that you can take into your next semifinals? And she said, I don't really look at it this way. Every tournament is different. And she's really tried to decouple her happiness, her sense of self from her results. And I don't know. I thought that was a reasonable question. And she just said irrelevant, whatever happened 5 weeks ago, different set of events, different tournament. I'm here. I'm playing well. She looked great today and really took care of business. A potentially tricky match. And think she won like 90% of her first serve points. I mean, just terrific. And again, the good athlete with variety describes all 4 women left. And I think that's not by accident.
Yeah. And Kostyuk spoke, I heard her in press, and it was kind of an echo of what she said on serve. This isn't like a direct quote, but basically trying to give herself more grace, right? Not being so hard on herself. And this was someone who's a phenom at 15. I'll get it slightly wrong if I get it wrong, but she won a main draw match, the Australian Open, when she was 15 years old. So her getting to this point, like almost a decade later, wasn't a straight line. And I feel like you can see that with kind of her joy in this ascent. And since April, she's lost a single match since April 14th. And that was to Andreeva in the semis of Roland Garros. So she has been full of form. Has been really fun to watch. I thought she did herself a real service in her interview on center court afterwards. Her opening statement where she goes, she had just won in 69 minutes. And she goes, hello, center court, and then kind of started. And her personality was kind of on full display. Is it too early to break down Noskova Kostyuk? I mean, they gotta run it back tomorrow. We might as well get to it.
Yeah, seriously. I am. You know what? I don't have this in front of me. Sean, have they played before? Can I ask you that?
Yep. Let me look it
up. I mean, I probably would give the edge to Kostyuk just on form and maturity and having played a big match recently. But I don't know. I mean, I think. What do you? How do you see this one going?
Make a prediction, aka guessing.
Go.
They both look great. This is a new moment for both of them, right? I don't know that Kostyuk was a favorite against Andreeva in the semis. They probably both feel like kind of quasi fate. I don't know. This is such a new scenario.
A tough one,
correct me if I'm wrong. Has Noskova played on center court yet this tournament? I don't know that she has.
I think I messed that up.
She might not have played on center court.
Exactly.
Anyways, this is a huge moment. I guess Kostyuk, but like athleticism, she's not going to want it. Like the Noskova backhand is legit.
Yeah.
Like legit. I think the further the rallies spread towards the sidelines, I think it favors Kostyuk. Again, I mentioned her athleticism. She is so fast, and she can kind of turn even on the grass on a dime and switch directions, which only a few can do. But like it was so much fun. I think watching them today. The other semi, obviously, Coco Gauff and Muchova. Down 1-6 in the head-to-head with Coco. Won the most recent meeting, but also has won 9 straight matches on grass coming into this. So the way I see it, it's basically 3 players who have kind of built momentum coming in. And then Coco, who it seems like we're seeing her grass fluency take shape in real time. Yeah. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny with Coco because she made that breakthrough. She beat Venus. I mean, this was already, like 8 years ago here on grass. But her results have not
They've been
kept
bad.
pace.
I mean,
they've been pretty
especially
bad.
compared to her. Herself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's won 2 other majors.
Yeah.
And suddenly she seems to have cracked this riddle. And she's taken advantage of the movement. She's won these battles. She's been, I think she's actually been really good going forward.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you a quick Coco story in a second. But no, and the head-to-head against Muchova. I mean, Muchova has been terrific here. And the athleticism is really on full display. I mean, Muchova has gone years without winning a match here, and now has really sewn it together.
I can't ever, like, you hear these stats about Muchova and not winning a match here. I don't know how to make those results real in my mind when I watch her when she's playing well.
Yeah, exactly.
She's so good,
right? No, and she's got this kind of Caitlin Clark thing too. I mean, she's really an electric player to watch and really fun. But I mean, this is a huge opportunity for Coco. I think you may have said this on the air, but without getting too far ahead of ourselves, Coco would be, 4 more sets of tennis, and she's 3/4 of the way to it. Did you say that?
Yeah, with 12 here on this show, I think they're all run together, but
exactly
with what, like 12 shots at Australian Open after that? Like,
yeah, exactly right. With a dozen looks at the basket. I asked Coco yesterday. She's always fun to talk to. She's been in great spirits. And I said, we always get a kick at your dad often gets nervous. He can't watch your match. Sometimes he's pacing around the arena and, sometimes he's walking in the middle of Paris when you're playing at the French. Where's dad?
Moving in.
Yeah, you knew that.
College.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I was like, let me get this straight. Dad's got to lug like your brother's crates upstairs and find his mini fridge and buy his Trapper Keeper or whatever the kids are doing. And your mom gets to sit in your box as you play into the second week of Wimbledon. I think mom got the
I'm glad you told that story of Coco's dad, Corey, moving her little brother into college. It makes me happy because it's the way it should be, right? Because one sibling is like a global superstar playing an important event doesn't mean that we can't, pay attention to another sibling and celebrate a first for them. Like this is, right. I just feel like they get it right a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it's
that's
fun.
A real portal into like a normal family.
Yes. That's like, I don't know what it says about us that we're like weirdly happy and surprised that this is normal. I feel like there's so many times when, and I'm not saying this doesn't happen, it's not a bad thing, but when parents sacrifice everything and orbit is the tennis universe, right? That's the sun. That's what everything goes around. Like, it's nice to see it as an important thing, but not the only thing. I think if that makes sense. But listen, Coco, you have this feeling when she kind of gets a grasp on an event, we'll see. But I think people are a little quick to kind of pencil her into the final. Muchova, I think she's a real player. She's been to the finals of Roland Garros before. She's played 2 back-to-back semifinals that were split by 9 months injured in between them, which makes it even more impressive. But Coco's win over Jess Pegula was like, I think, a massive win. If she wins this tournament, and big if, that will go down as like a huge kind of career win, and obviously disappointing for Jess, but it'll be fun to see. Listen, the men's matches today, the story of Fery is great. The matches were kind of duds.
Yep.
Is that fair to say? Fritz tweaked that knee. He's not one to, against Zverev. Zverev ran through 4-4-2 over Taylor Fritz. Fritz called the trainer. And when certain people call the trainer, you take it very seriously. Fritz is not one of these guys who's ever going to call a trainer for a strategic advantage. He's never going to call a trainer for optics. Or optics management. He's not that guy. So when he calls it, and then when he isn't pumping forehands where you have to kind of load on that right knee to turn into it, something's up.
Yep. And
you hope it's not long-term. It's not a wear and tear thing, at least not from this tournament. He spent just over 2.5 hours on court 2 rounds ago against Sonego, hour and 38 against Bublik. So it's not as if he had a lot of time on court. Credit to Zverev. You play who's across from you. And if your sensei says sweep the leg, you sweep the leg, right? That's what he did, exactly what he had to do. He's been confident. I like to see him mix up a slice a little bit more. He did it today. It was good. He got on the front foot on the forehand, served 81% he was at some point in the third set when we had to go live and start doing a whole bunch of crap. So I lost track, frankly, but he was up near that number. He looked great.
Yep.
And I think so much of the narrative around Coco, Zverev is what they don't do well on a surface. But I think we leave out the fact that but they can also be effective even if it's not their favorite surface.
Yeah, exactly. And also bear in mind, it can't be fun taking the court against a guy who's beaten you 7 times on the trot. And I think you're right. We talked to Taylor after his last round, and he is like, you know what you are, tennis anthropic with the research you've been given. He sort of has that same sort of, he's a tennis robot. He knows, he can tell you who played who in Halle 2 years ago. He knew that he was in a good place. He knew about his time on court. He was in good spirits, quite justifiably. I haven't seen his press conferences. He's got to be pretty dispirited. And you're right. This is not a guy who's calling the trainer to buy himself some time. I wonder what is like seeing on the other side of the net when a guy who is such a sort of tennis stoic is calling the trainer, what that does to the opponent. But no, it's, this was not Taylor Fritz at his best. You could see that you could see it in the match with your eyes. You could see it in the stat sheet. He's got to be pretty disappointed. Zverev, on the heels of winning his first major, is now into the semis. Only 15 unforced errors. I think check this, Smith. I think both winning quarterfinals today only had 15 unforced errors. But yeah, I think honestly the story of this match, I think more than anything, was a compromised Taylor Fritz. That was not the player we have seen earlier this tournament. That's not the player Zverev's seen when he's lost to him 7 times in a row.
So rewind like 5 weeks and you tell Zverev you win your first slam and then you make your first semi at Wimbledon. You're going to play someone 114 in the world in the semis.
Yeah, exactly. Where do I sign? He'll need an MTO to the shoulder snap when he's signing up for that. You work 25 years of your life to get the 5-week run that ends up defining you. Yeah,
like
that's tennis.
That is tennis. And listen, if you've been listening to our show, you know that I'm thrilled about the home that I found on Airbnb. You know who also apparently, anybody who has rented their own home in Wimbledon Village on Airbnb, Sean, apparently is friends with Arthur Fery. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I guess now I'm like 3 degrees away from Arthur Fery, which is pretty sweet. Our hosts of the home that we found on Airbnb, they messaged me just saying like, hey, is everything okay? I just want to make sure everything is going all right. But then they also said, we're so excited for Fery. He's a friend of a friend. And so now I'm like 3 degrees away, technically.
You're his friend now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that you guys are besties.
Yep.
Wozniacki was in the green room when I was leaving today, and she's like, well, my family left, and it stinks and the whole thing. And she's like, my host emailed me and said that her son is best friends with Arthur Fery.
Like, I mean, it's a small town.
Arthur Fery's got a lot of best friends this week.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it? Are they?
Exactly.
It's just a cool small town, like Mike said.
I mean,
it's a community.
I guess it's probably true. It's not like Wimbledon Village. It's not that big. If you're from here, I guess you're like, yeah, he's friends with that tennis kid, Arthur, who plays
Remember Artie
West
from
Side at West Side Hamptonshire Tennis Club? Like, I don't know. Like, what
was the game you were playing with your kids? Remember Artie from the dodgeball game?
Yeah.
I was thinking this was one player who probably did not need to consult Airbnb. He lives like 2 kilometers or whatever, 1.3 miles from here. Did you happen to catch his mom? That was a flex.
That feels like a... I don't know how to answer that.
No, they showed his mom, who quite justifiably was very proud of her son.
Yeah.
And I believe
she was a pro tennis player, right?
She had a member's badge.
Yeah, she's a member at Wimbledon.
That's the ultimate flex of like, yeah, my kid's playing, but you know what? I don't need your comp seats. I've got my member's badge. got my
grounds passes. Right, we don't need no stinking grounds passes.
We gave away our grounds passes. But no, Arthur. I mean, I don't know. Did you call this match? Did you see this match?
No, I didn't. But I've been watching it. Like,
what happened?
So I've been consistently I think he's fantastic. And also, it's like I saw Cobolli play, and I was like, I was blown away by his performance against Demon the other day. So I thought Dimitrov was going to beat him. I thought Cobolli was going to beat him. I have been so wrong on. I thought Bergs was going to beat him.
I was going to say Zuzu Bergs had like a double break.
Yeah, like that was on court 18 right behind us, and like I'm so impressed because I'm up to like having watched probably 12 or 13 sets of Arthur Fery now. And I think like in total, maybe 3 times I've gone, oh, that was the wrong decision.
Oh, that's interesting.
He has a very high tennis IQ, never plays himself out of a point, rarely takes an unnecessary risk. When he's aggressive, it's like a crush and rush, right? So you're going to have to recalibrate from, okay, he's coming in and serving and volleying, or he's coming in quickly versus, oh, he's in D mode and I have to hit, 8 balls to the corners. That's a tough kind of way to recalibrate. I think I think his tennis IQ is through the roof.
5'9". So this is not a guy who's bringing 135 mile an hour cannon. I also was thinking, I went back and looked at his results this year. I mean, ironically enough, one of his standout results was a straight set win over Cobolli at a major.
Cobolli, by the way, Cobolli on top of potentially tapping out in that third set is kind of eating a little bit of shit because someone brought up the Aussie Open win for Fery over Cobolli.
Right.
And he literally said in his press conference, I was sick, that doesn't count. So now it's like, does this one?
Yeah, exactly.
Does this one?
That's 6 sets in a row.
You might be right. Like, I'm not saying 2 things can be true, but like there's, we're 6 on the trot here.
Big Cobolli fan. Lot to like.
Yes.
This was, I mean, every time I was looking, he was hitting backhands like 50 Cent was throwing out opening day pitches. I mean, just missing his mark by like routine backhands.
If if you're not laughing at that joke, you haven't seen Google 50 Cent throwing out first pitch, and that joke becomes
but this
masterful.
Was like, I had the exact same thought you did. This is the guy that beat Dimonor comprehensively, and he's missing shots by 5 feet in the middle of a rally. The one thing I was thinking about Fery, I mean, he did not qualify for Roland Garros. I mean, look at his results, and this came out of nowhere. And yet, I'm thinking, you learned the sport largely. You came to this eccentric club, and they play this kind of idiosyncratic grass court tennis, and you grew up a mile and a half. I think there's a huge, apart from crowds and all the familiar sleeping in your own bed, I think he has a real advantage being so familiar with not just grass, but this grass. Mm-hmm. He looks very much at home here. And boy, the first day of the tournament, 10 Brits lost. And the reason it wasn't 11 is because the other guy got called for darkness, and everybody was shitting on the LTA, and British tennis is in the tubes. Yep. And now here we are. I mean, it's a sort of metaphor for the sport as a whole. Here we are a week and a half later, and we're all talking about the last British champion. And first wild card since Goran to win a title. Yeah.
So got some trivia for you as we're going.
Uh-oh.
And I don't want to make this about, he's 5'9", he's small. It's kind of fun because you don't see that now. Everything's gotten, bigger, taller, faster. And you see Medvedev and Zverev and all these guys who are just monsters. Last guy to win a Grand Slam under 6 feet tall.
Marcelo Rios. Just kidding. That was a joke.
Take your time. We'll edit out the awkwardness.
Under 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Let's call it. I'll give you a clue. Post 2000.
I was going to say
post 2000.
Hewitt? Was Leighton Hewitt?
I don't think he's listed. I think he's listed at 6. I mean, I'm getting the stat wrong, but I was told Gaston Gaudio.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, I've been next to that guy at a bar plenty of times.
Leighton Hewitt's taller than Gaston.
Yeah.
Gaston Gaudio played center for the Buenos Aires. No, is that true? Gaston
He's listed at 5'9".
6 feet tall? Wow.
He's taller. That's wrong.
That can't be right.
If it is, it's like the only guy. It's like the only man in history that's listed himself smaller than what he is.
He did it to stay in Jeopardy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Jeopardy question.
Exactly. All right, this one.
All right, that's good.
This one hopefully will be a little bit better and a little bit more straightforward. Fery is the 4th man, open era, to take a wild card and make at least the semis of a Grand Slam.
Oh.
The first one was the early 90s.
Is there Connor's wild card?
There you go. Bang.
All right.
Connor's 91. You're not going to get the second one, so I'm not even going to go there. I didn't get the second one. I was not even close.
The third one, 25 years ago, right?
Goran Ivanisevic is the only one to win.
What was the second?
Who's the second one?
Henri Leconte in 1992
at
the French Open.
Hank
Leconte. Tip of my tongue is right there.
Yeah. That's literally the first time you've heard that name, Mike.
I've never heard that name before in my life.
Yeah. You would have. I should have actually sent you a text and be like, pronounce this name.
I would not happen. No. Complete
It's interesting though, because we discuss wild cards, and it's basically one of two things most of the time. It's an up and coming prospect from the host country.
Right.
Or a champion, a former champion, one of the all-time greats that has either been injured or is coming back and or is kind of saying goodbye, right?
Right.
Serena here, great champion, easy wild card,
right?
No brainer. The other 3 that have gone to the semis are people who have been in the top 10, have been significant parts of the tour. Connor is obviously one of the all-time greats, 91, my favorite tennis tournament of all time still to this day, when he makes the semis there and is made tennis theater. It was amazing. Leconte was a top 10 player coming back from injury. If you don't know, watch those highlights. The guy's a magician,
Leconte,
a crazy person, in like the most affectionate way. He's phenomenal. And then Goran in 01, 3-time finalist here, kind of, but he was, and then he got it done. I lost to him in the 3rd round there that year that he won the title.
I was gonna say you played him that year, right?
Yeah. Yep. Lost to him there. third round. All I did was walk back and forth from sideline to sideline. He had like 40 something aces in 4 sets.
Lefty.
Me trying to read that serve that day is like me trying to read Chinese if you put it in front of me right now. Like I have no chance. Like it was absurd. And so Fery's kind of the first one. I think it was like over 270 British wildcards have been given, or 270 people have received British wildcards. He's the only wildcard that is like in the former of up and coming prospect, host nation, which is 90% of wildcard profile, right? That's semifinals.
That's funny too, because in the last round, he beat Dimitrov, who would have sort of fallen pretty squarely in the other category.
Dimitrov was kind of the outlier. He maybe fit in the Lecomte mold. He was just like a good story,
right?
Not host nation, not anything else. But listen, 114 in the world. He's going to be minimum 36 in the world. He had made about $800,000 in his career coming in, and now tipped in at $1.2 million for making the semis.
So he's making more in 10 days. I mean, look at his results this year, though. I mean, it's just...
Tell us more about that.
No, I mean, this guy was playing what his ranking would suggest, which is he's
challengers,
playing some challengers,
qualies made the quarters of Queens.
Yeah, good run of Queens,
which would have been considered like a breakout tournament.
Yeah,
for him, like this is just it's bananas. It's fun.
He seems very sort of he gets it. He's cool. If everyone had $1 for every time someone made a cheesy fairy tale joke,
we did a lot of that today.
We'd have the $1.2 million.
We did many fairy tale jokes. Vera broke out the fairy tale jokes.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, even Zverev in the post match was coming with the puns. But
fairy mania.
Not to be lost on this. I really give these players a lot of credit for backing up wins. Mm-hmm. So you win a 5-setter and the crowd's going crazy and it's doing it at Wimbledon and you could have ridden your skateboard and you come back 2 days later and you do it again and you beat Dimitrov and it's on center court and Roger's watching, and then you come back 48 hours later and win another match over a top. I mean, this is really impressive.
With the Queen watching.
Oh, that's right.
Guys, can I tell you, can I tell you a piece of TV that happened today?
What do you got?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I was on the desk with Reese Davis, who is amazing. I got to tell you, like I worked the desk with Reese and Malika Andrews. 27,000 out of 10, both of them. Like love them. I think they're so good at their job. It's been fun for me to kind of have the view of everything they're taking in, and they're not normally like their base setting isn't tennis.
Right.
Oh. It's so fun. They have people yelling in their ears all the time. I would panic. In and out. Phil, go.
What are you saying? Like, what? You have a conversation with
hello?
them. Exactly. What are you
Excuse
trying to say?
Me. Crazy. Right. I'm talking before we're going on. She's punching me, telling me shut up, like saving me from myself. Like they're great. Anyway, so much fun. So Reese and I are on the desk today, and we're talking all about like how, it's that shot where they have the players and they're waiting to go on center court, but they're like awkwardly around each other for that like 2 minutes before everything happens. It's Seth Ullin had the line of the tournament. Did you see this? Yeah. He was waiting. He was waiting with Novak, and they're sitting there, and Seth Ullin goes, "This is going to be a lost reference on Sean," but he went like full butthead. He was like. Your name's on there a lot. He says it to Novak and points at the champions board. Novak goes, yeah. And then he waits like 10 seconds. He goes, I've been around. It's so great. So
that's amazing.
It's that kind of like weird shot where like you have to talk about the court and the presence and the nerves and the staircase and all the stuff. In the background, like photobombing our shot and our commentary as we're like covering the walkout, the Queen walks through right behind Arthur Fery to go up the stairs in the middle of the shot, like straight behind him. I go, is that the Queen walking behind Arthur Fery? Like, what is this guy's life compared to 2 weeks ago?
Oh my gosh!
Don't mind me.
Yeah, I was like, is she photobombing our shot here? Is that even what you call it?
Tennis, man. That's really funny.
It was awesome.
Did you acknowledge it? Did you have to say
yes, of course. Like, what? I mean, what do I like?
I didn't 90% sure, but if I'm 10% wrong,
no, it was blue dress. We had seen her all day. I saw the entrance. That was like got out of the way, like moved forward a little bit, looks back. It's like, oh my god, like.
I love this sport.
Amazing. It's amazing.
No, but you're like 6 weeks ago, you're playing the Chillicothe Challenger and you hope that the Hampton Inns got breakfast in time. Now you're walking up behind the Queen. That's great.
The Queen's coming to see you.
It is pretty cool. Two players reaching the semifinals that were both ranked 114 entering the tournament. 2 slams in a row. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Polinska. Wow. What a pull.
Look at you.
Look at
what
that.
A pull.
Look at you. That. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Way to go, Mike.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool,
Way to
guys.
go. Way to go.
That should give us our stat of the day, though.
I was going to say, we're going to be able to, you just did. Are we going to be able to top that?
Our stat of the day is 4, the number of first-time Wimbledon women's semifinalists. This is the first time this happened in the open era.
Yeah, so never before have we had 4 women's semifinalists that have made their first Wimbledon semifinal altogether.
Oh, that's good.
So that's a cool one.
Oh, wait, you want a wild one?
Yeah.
No, that's not so wild. But we have a winner, Coco, former finalist, Muhova of majors, that is. We have a semifinalist in Kostyuk and a quarterfinalist.
Oh, so like best career.
Yeah, best career major. Cool. Best career major goes.
I like that.
Win final semi.
Did you see the Federer meme when he was sitting alone with no friends?
Oh, I got wait. You want to?
So good.
It made me kind of happy just for a second.
Do you want the backstory?
I would like the backstory, and then I actually texted him about it. But you lead.
So
his response was pretty funny.
I had an audience with Roger. So I had a session with Roger.
Yeah, and
I said, listen, before we get into anything, what the hell happened? You're out there. You're like an island of tennis fandom in an ocean of empty seats. What? How do you of all people stand there by yourself? It's actually a really funny story. He recalled what happened in between sessions at center court, which is the fans have been sitting there. It's a tight match. And then the match is over. They all get up. They go to the restroom. They get sandwiches. They get tea. They do whatever the hell. No, but he's like, no, it's not. It's more benign than that. He's like, I remember what it's like for the next set of players to come out. And center court is all, the royal box is empty and everybody's away. And it's kind of awkward. And I kind of wanted to, I wanted to be out there. So he stands out there.
Perfect.
This is the the great titan of tennis. The match starts and they say to everyone else, like, oh, you have to wait until the first full changeover. So it's 9:00 at night. Zverev's playing Leheshka.
3 games.
And 3 games. So listen to this. The club realized the optics were a little off. So they send a member out, just one guy.
Just one.
To like, he gets the pass. He can run out to like accompany Roger. So Roger's like, I get it. I know what's going on. We're good. But we have this great visual of mighty Roger Federer out there alone.
In the royal box. Literally no one around. And so I sent him a text. I was like, what's going on? He goes, oh, it was the day after. So obviously like meme verse had completely taken over. So I sent him a note and he goes, you know what? Just watching the tennis, hanging out with all my friends. No one around him. It was great. Mike, guys, we did. So I say we because I have no idea ever what's going on. We did something. It was like a meme thing. What did we do?
Yeah. So Sophie in the social media group put out a caption contest. We put up the image of him sitting by himself, and we asked people to submit their best captions. In the one that we felt like made us laugh, and it was the best. It says, quote, let's play hide and go seek. You hide, I'll count. 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2009, 2012, 2017 with the hiding emoji. We thought that was the best. We thought that was the best. But thanks for everybody for putting in their thoughts. It was great.
What else we got? Anything Bueller? Anyone?
No. We got
semis.
Great tennis as always.
We're almost there. We're closing in. Last 4 days, semifinals. We will see you. Thank you for listening to Served. Been busy and still, I love coming in here and I love chatting and I love that you guys care enough to listen. So we will see you tomorrow. We will be here through the end of the tournament. We'll do all the recaps, all of the things. Thank you for being here for us. We will always be here for you. Thanks for watching Served. Thanks for listening. Brought to you by ServiceNow. Wolfie.
I have my dream job. But even dream jobs have not so dreamy parts. That's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what to do about your busy work, they actually do it. That way your team can focus on what matters. To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com.